After I work in here, I like to go make bread, right? Because it gets my hands clean. Yeah. Look at here, our grill is all ready to go. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna mix this up just a little. This is what we consider fast food. Check it out. Today in Uncle Millie's kitchen, we're making turkey pot pie. Turkey pot pie is on the list of things to make since it's in season here in the state of Michigan. First, we're going to start out with 3 cups of flour. This is an easy recipe. You guys can make this at home, right? 3 cups of flour. There's 1. 2. A little heap in 1 here. 3. This recipe comes from a friend of mine, Elaine Lefebvre. Elaine Lefebvre showed me how to make this. A cup of lard, right? Goes in the mix. You cut this in there. You want to make sure that you can use shortening, but I don't like it. Lard makes your crust flaky. You want flaky crust, right? Then, on top of that, you're going to put in a stick of butter, right? Yeah, a stick of butter. Lard and butter in a pie crust. How could it get much better? Okay. Now, right here, you're going to take and you're going to start cutting this into the flour. When you get starting to get little pieces cut in, and you're getting your mixture cut in, check that out. You see how it's starting to fall and crumble and fall into little pieces? It's not starting to hang up. It's not a problem. We're going to put in a little salt. Right here. Teaspoon of salt. Just mix that in there. Then, egg. And crack an egg. We're going to use that. Teaspoon of white vinegar. That's a little bit over, but it won't hurt nothing. All right, this is homemade. Now, on my cup right here, we want to have 3/4 a cup. Now we're going to add some water in there to make 3/4. Not too bad. The egg mixture, the vinegar, water should equal 3/4 of a cup. Dump that in there, whole, just like that. Keep cutting it in. You have your salt, lard, 3 cups of flour. You know what? This makes for a great pie dough. Cookies. Another day I'll show you a cookie recipe that's just outstanding. All right. I have this dough just about ready. I'll push it off here. You don't want to beat it up too much. Just like that. Get your hands in there. Work it a little bit. Bring it out onto your board. Set that over to the side. And there you have it. Flour your board a little bit. Roll the dough up. Don't beat it up too much. You don't want it to heat up. Actually, what you want to do is you want to put it in a piece of plastic, right? Put it in a piece of plastic. Just like this. Let it sit in your refrigerator for a little bit, right? It'll start to tighten and harden up. It'll be a lot easier to work with. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to grab one that I already have pre-made, roll it out, and show you what happens next. Right here, making turkey pie in Uncle Millie's kitchen. We're going to prepare the board here. We're going to get a little flour. We're going to sprinkle it out on the board. Here's the dough that's been in the refrigerator. You pull that out, take her out of the plastic. We'll throw this away, right? Work your dough a little bit. Get a little flour on it. We could have a little bit more. They call that bench flour when you take it. You throw a little flour here on the board, right? A little bench flour. Roll that in there. Start pushing him out. See how that tightens up? That other dough was soft, right? I got my rolling pin right here somewhere. Oh, look at here. Uncle Millie doesn't have anything real fancy. It's just a nice hunk of maple doweled out, right? And you just kind of roll him out. Keep a little flour on it. A little more flour. Look at that. Oven's at the temperature. Get that out of there. Nothing better than butter. Get him rolled out. See how nice that is? Is that beautiful or what? Check that bad boy out right there, right? So we're going to take him off here. Grab one of our plates, pie plates. We'll set him on there. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect. Right? Nothing in this world is perfect. We'll trim this off. We're going to start our filling. We have one there, right? And now we're just going to press him in, get the air out of it. Press him into the plate. That's what we do. Just keep working him around. If it rips a little bit, don't worry about it. You can just push it together. Comes out real nice. We'll set him over there to the side. We'll take this dough, right? A little more flour. Just a little bit. Here it is. Like that. Roll this out. I did a lot of baking with my grandma, my mom, my sisters. A little more flour. Believe me, it'll stretch out there. Just take your time. Keep rolling it out. If it's off a little bit like that, let me show you a little trick, right? You just take your knife, cut it there, put it over here, right? Roll it on, keep putting the bench flour on your rolling pin. And just like that, right? Just like that. Now watch this. Flour your pin up. Grab your dough, roll him on. See what happens when it starts getting warm. It starts to stick a little bit. Don't worry about it. Just keep rolling it up, and you have that sitting there to the side. Okay? Now we'll clean this up quickly, and we'll start our filling. Cutting board. All right? I like a cutting board. We'll turn this pan on. We're going to use a little butter. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook up some onions, potatoes, and our turkey breast in this pan. There it is. We have a little butter, a little olive oil, I'm going to start with an onion, cleaning the onion. One onion, one medium onion like that is great, is decent for this recipe, right? It's plenty. A couple potatoes, cut the potato in half, lay them on its side like this, right? It's safe that way. You can slice it, cube it up, just like that. Turn it sideways, cut it again. Cut those in half. It's rustic, right? Nothing has to be perfect or uniform. Not in this household anyway. Turn him sideways. We're going to dump those in there. We're going to get that frying. Listen to it. The pan's nice and hot. It's working, right? Slice this, just like that. Cut these up. I also like to use, you know, sometimes when you're crunchy, you can use mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables. Pearl onions are a nice little touch to it. I have some of those back here. Yeah. Check it out, check it out. There it is. Going in the pan as we speak. Okay? Next, right? Turkey breast. Here it is. Fresh Michigan turkey breast. Clean it up a little bit. Fresh turkey breast. My nephew, Alex Dine, shot this, harvested this bird just a couple days ago. Wash my hands. I'm going to cut this into strips. Now look at here. In this, you can probably see there's a grain in the meat. You always want to cut against the grain. Don't cut with the grain. When you cut with the grain, you're making jerky. You don't want something tough, hard to chew. This little piece is called the inside loin of the breast of the wild turkey. And this is a yummy part right here. All right, this is cooking up. Onions, potatoes. We got that going on. Look at here. Uncle Millie has come out with his own seasoning and sauces. This one here is heavenly garlic, right? And so I'm going to take some of this heavenly garlic and I'm going to sprinkle it generously in my mix. On top of that, I have a horseradish one as well. I do. I have a horseradish one. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Can you see that? Can you? Can you see how that's cooking up? That's right. I think I'll put a little bit of that on our meat before we get started. Coat it up nice. I'll throw this away. Now I'll add this right in the mix, right? All this delicious turkey that my nephew had harvested. Spoon. This is cooking up nicely. Remember I was talking about the pearl onions? Well, I just happen to have some right back here, right? So we'll take some of these pearl onions. We'll throw that in there. I have some mixed vegetables, right, that I've already prepped. Peas, carrots, lima beans, potatoes. We're going to dump some of that in there as well. How's that looking? That looking pretty good? I need a different spoon. I'm going to fold this in there, get that meat cooking a little bit. Really, with poultry, turkey, chicken, pheasant, upland game, you want to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly. You really do. So I'm heating this all up. This is going to be nice. This is going to be really, really nice. On top of my seasoning, I'd like to add a little coarse pepper. Pinch of salt. Just a pinch, all right? You see that? This is looking really, really good. I'm going to put a lid on this and cover this, and I'm going to clean this up over here. You can really start to smell that. Try to keep it all in the pan. This is really meaty, really chunky. Now, this is what I do, right? This is Uncle Millie's way. I like to take a little bit of flour. A little bit. I like to sprinkle it on top of what I got going on here, right? I'm going to fry that flour along with everything else there. And actually what I'm doing is I'm making a roux in the pan. And then I'm going to add a little whole milk instead of adding canned soup to it, right? Cream of mushroom soup, which you can do that if you want. I like to do mine all the way that I was taught. We have that all in there. Can you see it? Can you check that out? See how it's starting to coat that up and it's starting to pull together and paste together? Well, it's making a roux. You can use that for all kinds of stuff. Cheese sauces, biscuits and gravy. We'll have to make biscuits and gravy sometime. That's one of my favorites as well. All right. Now that pretty much is the consistency of your pie filling right there. If anything, I might give it just a shot more black pepper, and then Uncle Millie's come out with his own cayenne pepper sauce, right? Just a couple of dashes of this in there. Give her a little spunk, right? Just a little spunk. Does that smell good? Yeah. So we have turkey, potatoes, onions, pearl onions, some mixed vegetables, flour, butter, my horseradish seasoning, my garlic seasoning, a dash of hot sauce, and you're ready to go. This mixture is done. So we're going to shut the heat off. We're going to dump it into the pan, into the pie shell. My God, all of this just might fit in one, huh? Look at that. There it is. Now, just to make sure you get all the love and appreciation you can out of it, you're going to take a couple more pats of butter and little chips as you go around on the top. All right. There you have it. Turkey pot pie. Now, find into your crust that you have on your pin, right? Lay them down there and just kind of roll them across. There it is. That's how you put the top on, right? And if you got a little extra hanging over like I do, just snap it off, and you might need some over here. And I'll show you how to seal that. You're going to take a fork and you'll seal this up with a fork. Just roll it up on top of there. And there you have it. Going to put a couple slits in the top. Just like this. We had extra. Uncle Millie's turkey pot pie right here in Uncle Millie's kitchen. Now we're going to put this in the oven, right? 400 degrees, 30 minutes till the crust is golden brown. You'll see it on the bottom as well. Check it out. Here it is. Center rack. Here's a little tip too. If you don't have a pan that you can leave in there, put a piece of tin foil in the oven. That way if anything rolls out, falls off, it's on the tin foil instead of burning up. Close the oven up, let her cook. Right? Uncle Millie's turkey pot pie. We'll be right back. I'll show you the finished product. Yum. All right, we're back. It's been about 40 minutes or so, depending on your oven temperature. Mine's a little fast, right? Your turkey pot pie should be done. Let's pull it out and take a look. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Get that closed up. Would you take a look at that? It's all bubbly. It's hot too. Should we cut into it? I think so. All right. Let me find a nice little knife here. We'll cut into that. Usually it's better to let it sit, right? It firms up a little bit, but we're going to sample it. When you let this sit a little bit, it will tighten up. But it should be nothing short of spectacular right now. Oh, look at the deliciousness coming out of there. Would you take a look at that right there? Right? Top and bottom, crust, beautiful. Here's a little extra coming out, right? Never shy of putting that on the plate as well. Wow. Little sample. You know that's hot, right? Uncle, look at the steam. Look at the steam coming out of that. What do you know? Off the plate. Look how tender the potatoes are. Mmm. Turkey, big chunks of turkey. I know. And you know it doesn't get much better than that right there. Wild turkey pot pie down in Uncle Millie's kitchen. You can go to my website, see all my spices, recipes, all of that. Go to www.unclemillie.com. Check it out. Come and get some. You know that's good. Let me get on this crust.